From the sci-fi fantasy community, the Sword and Laser.
Welcome to the Season 5 Game of Thrones red carpet. We are live from the historic War Memorial Opera House in beautiful San Francisco. We are so excited to be here. Season 5 premieres on April 12th at 9 p.m. and tonight is a celebration of the show, the stars, and of course the fans.
For tonight's live stream, we've partnered with Facebook so we can bring all of your fan questions to your favorite stars. And also, we'll be spotlighting your selfies, so it'll be almost like you're right here on the red carpet. People are arriving already. Woo! So exciting.
That's right. Last week, we invited you to share a picture of yourself with your Game of Thrones Funko doll. And we picked some of our favorite shots, and we'll be showing those off tonight alongside the stars. And Veronica, if that's not enough, we've got an inside look at the record-breaking stunts of Season 5.
But before we get to all that amazing stuff, let's take a look at the trailer for the biggest and best season of Game of Thrones yet. You guys excited?
Lannister, Baratheon, Stark, Tyrell. They're all just spokes on a wheel. This one's on top, then that one's on top, and on it spins, crushing those on the ground. I'm not going to stop the wheel. I'm going to break the wheel.
Stannis Baratheon has an army at Castle Black. He means to take the north.
This is the time, and I will risk everything. Winter is coming. We know what's coming with it.
We can learn to live with the wildlings, or we can add them to the army of the dead.
You are the few, we are the many. We serve the gods, and the gods demand justice.
Clean this city up, till the rats have nowhere left to hide.
I am a queen, not a butcher.
All rulers are either butchers or meat.
Joining me now is Alfie Allen, who of course plays Theon Greyjoy, or should I call you Reek?
Oh, well, I think Reek. Now is appropriate for the time to be called Reek, definitely. Yeah.
Just such a transformative performance. I mean, you have done so well with this role. I'm a huge fan of yours. You have so many huge fans out there. When you're watching the show, do you just, do you cringe the way we all do?
Well, I think some of the scenes are meant to kind of make you feel quite uncomfortable, but I've got to be honest, I don't watch it that much anymore. If I do, I watch it once over, and I usually watch it with friends. I think some people kind of get they like to keep it personal, but with me, I like to watch it with my mates.
Well, we have a Facebook question for you.
Yes.
Lizzie C. from Facebook asks, if you had 3 dragons of your own, what would you name them?
Oh, that's a good question. Kind of feel like Valerian would be a nice one, and maybe Bob and Gilbert. I like those names.
Do you hate Ramsay as much as we do?
As a character, yeah, I think anyone would hate Ramsay as much as anyone would. But Uan is a lovely, lovely boy, and me and him really, really get along. In fact, when we're out in Belfast, a lot of the time people are just like, I can't believe that you two are hanging out, you know? So
you two hang out together all the time.
We do hang out together all the time. I mean, we have a running pool competition going in Belfast, and I think I'm losing, but he's just a great guy, and I couldn't do it without him. He's fantastic.
Well, I hope you win next time around, okay? We'll be rooting for you.
Thank
So nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you. Thank you.
Let's toss it back to Veronica and see what she's got cooking over there.
Hi, everybody. I am here with the current king on the Iron Throne, Tommen Baratheon, Mr. Dean Charles Chapman. How are you, sir?
I'm very, very good.
Are you tired from flying in from London?
I am very, very tired.
Now, of course, Toman made a huge splash when he came up on the show, but of course, Sir Pounce was a huge star as well. What has been the reaction to having such a famous cat, to get to work with Sir Pounce like that?
It's an honour, really is. No, it's really weird, like how people get drawn to such a cat. I mean, people was hyped over it, like Sir Pounce, but he's not coming back season 5. Sorry, guys. No.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. The thing is, he's a cat. So when you're on set and they're trying to get him to stand in a certain position and stuff, it's hard because he's a cat. So
they don't have a cat wrangler on set?
yeah, they do. They had like 3, I think, that day. Yeah. But it didn't work out.
What's on the cat's rider? Anything special? No green M&Ms?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, it seems like Toman's got it all going on right now. He's got the throne, he's got the girl, he's got Sir Pounce, of course. Are things as good as they seem?
They are good for Tommen, but it's Game of Thrones. Things never happen as you wish they are, so who knows? Yeah.
We shall see how it all turns out. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm here with Conleth Hale. You, of course, play Varys. It's wonderful to see you with hair.
Oh, thank you very much. It grows back every year, so...
You shave it at the top of the season and then it grows back?
Yeah. I got the part and then they told me, oh, by the way, you got to shave your hair.
So your character, Varys, pulled off just a crazy, thank you. Your character pulled off a crazy rescue at the end of last season. Why help Tyrion?
Well, because I think he's worth saving. I think he's one of the few wholly decent people in King's Landing, in that whole world, even though he's killed his father and his ex-girlfriend. But, you know, he's a good man.
Are we going to be expecting more of that dynamic in season 5 between the two of you?
You're going to have to wait and see, obviously. I can't tell you anything, but
I tried.
It's a bit of a road movie for a few episodes, yeah.
Terrific. Well, I have a Facebook question for you. Okay. Natalia V from Facebook asks. Yeah, Natalia, this is a good question from Natalia. What was the funniest thing that happened on set during the season of filming during season 5?
I think Peter Dinklage complaining that we were driving in a beautiful limo from Dubrovnik to the airport, and he sighed and said, I have to get my hair highlighted when I get back. And I just said, it's slavery, Peter. It's slavery.
It's so hard, but he has to be blonde.
Yes.
Well, we are going to toss it back to Veronica. Have fun in there. Let's see what's happening with Veronica.
Thanks, Mara. People are really excited out here right now. I'm joined by Carice Van Houten, of course, who plays the Red Priestess, Melisandre. One of my favorite characters, by the way. I absolutely love your character on the show. And you look fantastic. Now, right now, Melisandre's on the wall with Stannis. What is it like being a Red Priestess who's so obsessed with fire, being surrounded by the coldest place on Earth, right?
Oh, I know. It's very unlucky that I'm cold always. Like, I'm cold now, and it's a little unlucky that the script says she's never cold. But hey, that's probably the only downside to it.
Yeah, San Francisco isn't quite the wall, but it's still a little bit chilly.
Oh, man, I love it, but you know, I get cold when it's bloody hot. So.
All right, we have a question from Facebook from Jeremy K, who says, where would you be without Game of Thrones?
Oh, nowhere. No, I would be in the gutter.
I have a hard time believing that.
No. My life's pretty good as it is, but this makes it extra rich, and yeah.
Well, it's wonderful, and everyone is very, very excited to see you here. We're going to get a photo bomb, maybe? No. He has passed into the dark. Goodbye. Well, thank you so much. You look fantastic. Are you excited to see the premiere? Have you seen it yet?
Yeah, I'm a little nervous, actually. It's always weird to see yourself on the screen, especially on a big screen.
Well, let's check in and see what else is going on here at the premiere here in San Francisco.
I am joined by Liam Cunningham, Sir Davos Seaworth. It is so nice to see you. I love seeing everyone in street clothes.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's much nicer than going around with 1.5 hands and very heavy costumes. Yeah, this is very nice.
Exactly. So your character is one of the most honorable on the show, just honorable intentions. Would you call your character a hero?
No, he's just a real guy. He's got decency, and it's just in his DNA. He's loyal, and he's a good guy. I'd like to be like him, to be honest with you. No, he's one of the few people that is, you know, a decent sort of character and a straight shooter on the show. And I think with the amount of kind of moral greyness in the show. I think you need a couple of solid people on board just to balance things out.
Well, your character is definitely solid. Obviously, your character is Team Stannis, but what team are you on?
Oh, it's got to be Team Stannis. I mean, listen, if you're a decent man, legally he's supposed to be there. I do find myself defending him quite a bit. But, I mean, ask anybody. He's the right man, and he should be there. After Robert Baratheon went, he's the man that should be up there.
Do people come up to you all the time and say, okay, who are you rooting for?
They do, and they asked me, do I see myself being on the throne? And I went, I'm ruling nothing out.
Okay, well, we are going to toss it back to Veronica. What you got going on there, Veronica?
Game of Thrones is obviously huge on Facebook and here in San Francisco, of course. The page itself has over 14 million likes, and in the past 3 months alone, 28 million visitors have visited the site for Game of Thrones. That's as many as if every resident of San Francisco visited the site 33 times. And judging by these folks, I think that's probably true, right, guys? Huge fans? Unbelievable. In fact, Game of Thrones was the most talked about TV show on Facebook in 2014. No surprise there. And tonight we're going to be showing off some of the biggest and best posts that fans have put on Facebook throughout the past year. It took season 4 almost no time at all to break all sorts of internet records. It basically broke the internet itself because the second season featured, of course, the Purple Wedding, right? Yeah, big thing there. Yeah, you guys, what? You like the Purple Wedding, right? I mean, because it featured... I mean, I don't want to say too much because it's kind of mean, but it did feature the death of everyone's favorite guy to hate, Joffrey. Boo! There's like a mix of boos and yays in the audience right now. But we're going to be checking back with more fan favorites throughout the night.
And I'm going to...
I am here with Nikolai Coster-Waldau, of course, who plays Jaime Lannister. So great to see you with both of your hands.
Yes.
Woo! Now, we are super excited to see all the different stories play out next season. Whose storyline are you most excited to see play out?
Well, all of them, really. A lot of great... Well, it's very exciting. This whole... Some of the storylines meet that have... I mean, some of the characters that haven't met before will meet, and I think that's going to be very exciting.
Which ones?
I couldn't tell you, could I?
I tried. Okay, we have a Facebook question for you. Abby Ann R. from Facebook asks, what's your favorite scene from the first 4 seasons?
My favorite scene, I think, would be... my favorite scene was the one with... from season 1 with Queen Cersei and her king, Robert Baratheon. And I thought that was a beautiful scene.
I love that scene too. Okay, we have an invitation to the set for you all. Let's take a look at what's next.
When the show started, our characters inhabited these very different worlds, and finally this season, storylines that never overlapped before are overlapping.
Seeing these people that we're so invested in meet each other, there's such an inherent charge to that.
This season is very much about characters stripping away who they once were and becoming something different.
It was much more intimate in the first couple of seasons, and now it's impressive.
It keeps changing so much every season. So many new characters coming in, so many new worlds to explore. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
You've got chaos, madness.
Every time we get a season outline, there is a moment when you think, we can't possibly pull this off.
It benefits from that expansion.
That means characters colliding with each other, it means more people dying, and it means we're getting closer to the endgame.
I am here now with the fantastic Maisie Williams, of course, Miss Arya Stark. So, the last time we saw you on the show, you had gone off from the Hound, you are on your own. What does it mean for Arya this season?
This coming season, we see her take a whole new path. She's been recently stuck on this one emotion to try and get back to her family and to try and put right what was wrong. And I think in the new season we see her kind of reject that a little bit and take her life into her own hands and kind of forget trying to look out for everyone else. And yeah, she's doing it for herself. So it's a much more selfish Arya, I think.
She was always a strong woman, and now she's a strong, independent woman.
Exactly. Who don't need no man.
All right, we have our first question from Facebook here for you from Alex H. And he says, what kind of experiences would Arya and Brienne have shared if Arya had agreed to travel together?
They would have gone to the spa, and they would have got their nails done. No, I'm totally joking. I think they would have been so great together. They should do a spin-off show of that.
Like a buddy comedy?
Like had Arya had gone with Brienne, they would have had a great time. I think Brienne would teach her to not be quite so, be quite so angry, I think, and to maybe serve other people rather than try and like avenge her family and stuff like that. But yeah, I think they'd be fascinating together. It's a shame they didn't do that. That would have been fun.
I love the idea of a spin-off buddy comedy, so we can tell the producers that one after.
Yeah.
Now, you are absolutely just a queen of social media. Would you mind taking an Instagram video with our fans back here?
Of course.
All right, let's lean in. Go ahead, back up. Pick a lucky fan. So I pick someone. Go for it. She's all the way over there. You guys match, though.
Sorry, is that okay? Am I ruining up the shot?
She's got a phone right there.
Wait,
Do it. You guys go together. Yeah.
what do we do? Just anything, or is this the one?
Do a quick video. We'll say hi.
Cersei, Walter Frey, Bertrand, the mountain. Cersei, Walter Frey, Bertrand, the mountain. Cersei, Walter Frey, Bertrand, the mountain. And that's everyone we want.
And now they're all dead, which is great. Yeah, we did that just now. Spoiler alert. Well, Maisie, thank you so much. I hope you have a blast at the premiere tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, and everyone enjoy the new season.
Here we are.
I am here with Kit Harington, who of course plays Jon Snow. So excited to finally meet you.
Hello, Mara.
So everyone is talking about your cleaned up look. How does it feel to have everyone talking about your hair?
Are they? Everyone's talking about my cleaned up look?
Yes.
God, that's scary. I don't know. I thought I was so scruffy on the show that maybe a little bit of a cleaning up would help me inside, would help the soul.
Do people come up to you all the time and say, "You know nothing, Jon Snow"?
Yeah, they do. They do. They do like saying that. I don't know why. I mean, I never thought our show would be one for catchphrases, but apparently it is. Apparently
That's one of them.
People love a catchphrase, so that's one of them.
Now, you do all of your own stunts, which is so impressive. Do you have any secrets for mastering swordplay?
Yeah, try not to get hit. I love the sword fighting, and I sort of, not a pun, but I throw myself into it. And the secret to mastering swordplay is having a stuntman opposite you that knows how to fight well and make you look good. That's the secret behind it.
Make you look good.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to have an inside look at some of the stunts of season 5 coming up, but right now I'm going to toss it back to Veronica. Veronica.
I'm so excited because right now we're going to play a little game that I like to call Night, Marry, Kill. You guys ready for this? This is going to be the Queen's Edition here with the super fans out here in the audience. We're going to do Cersei, Marjorie, and Daenerys. And you guys look like you know what's up. All right, so would you knight, marry, or kill Cersei, Marjorie, or Daenerys?
I would knight Marjorie.
I would marry Daenerys.
Definitely kill Cersei.
That seems to be the prevailing feeling around here tonight. We also got the fans at home to get in on the action as well. Last week, we posted this Night, Marry, Kill into our official Game of Thrones Instagram page. It was the Night, Marry, Kill Champions Edition with Oberyn Martell, the Hound, and the Mountain. The fans spoke and the results were in. They are going to marry Oberyn. I think that's a pretty good one. Yeah, I'd get down with that. Knight the Hound and kill the Mountain. Very nice. Well, you can follow at Game of Thrones on Instagram and share your own combos using the hashtag Night, Marry, Kill. Back to you, Mara.
I have the distinct pleasure of being here with the father of dragons, George R.R. Martin. Welcome.
Hi there. I'm glad to be here.
So the fan community is just so passionate, and you are so good to your fans. You're always interacting with them and going to conferences. What's one of the craziest requests you've gotten from a fan?
craziest request. Well, I had a fan who wanted to cut off a lock of my beard once.
Oh, no, really?
He did, yes, and I said no.
You said no.
I do a lot of things for my fans, but I'm not doing that. And
you drew the line.
That particular fan, he went away, but then I was signing books. I was signing at a table, and then he snuck up behind me with a pair of scissors to try to get some of my hair. But fortunately, I had a security guy with me who stopped him. But that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, so now you have to tell your security guys, okay, watch out for fans who want my hair, my clippings.
Nobody with scissors. I don't know what they were going to do with my hair, but there it is. But, you know, I don't want to tell crazy stories about fans because, you know, 99.99% of my fans are great. They're the most amazing fans in the world, and I love them. They're so supportive, and they buy my books, and they write me incredible letters and, you know, do videos, and, you know, you all dream of having a fan base like that, so I'm very lucky.
Well, as a fan myself, and all of us are really excited to see the Kingdom of Dorne this season. Of all the places that the show takes you to, what are some of your favorite spots?
Well, I like Dorne. Dorne is a lot of fun. King's Landing is fun. I'll always be a Northman at heart.
Ah, good to know.
You know, so Winterfell and the Wall are
you like the cold?
I do like the cold. I like the cold more than the heat.
Yeah.
You know, and the heat eviscerates me here, but Dorne, you know, I'm like other things about Dorne. I like the hot food. I like the hot women.
Oh, hot women in Dorne. Oh, yeah, I know. The Sand Snakes.
They do, yeah. And Dorne has a lot going for it. But in the book I'm writing now, you know, there are still locations we haven't seen yet. So, you know, we got to get to Casterly Rock eventually. We got to get...
Woo! More stars arriving.
We got to get to High Garden.
We got to get to High Garden.
And, you know, people may like that too. I'm looking forward to writing about those two locations.
Well, we're all looking forward to reading about those. So I am going to now toss it back to Veronica. What do you got going on over there, Veronica?
Hey, Mara, thank you very much. I kind of wish we were in Dorne right now. It's getting a little chilly out here. What about you?
It's a little bit chilly, but I'm from England, so I'm kind of used to it.
You're used to it. Well, I am here with Sophie Turner, of course. Sansa Stark, everybody. Now, Sansa really underwent a huge transformation in the last season. She turned into Dark Sansa, mysterious Sansa, and the internet exploded. What do you have to say about that transformation and the internet's reaction to it?
People reacted actually really well to that. I wasn't sure how they'd feel. But it was just really nice for me because I'd gone through, you know, seasons like 1 through 4 kind of being not that liked, and then I'd done so many, you know, like crying scenes and quite depressing scenes, and it was nice to finally get, you know, like a scene where I felt like I had a lot of power. And people rallied behind her, and people have started to root for her, which is nice.
Well, you were going through your awkward teenage years, you know, a little bit moody. I think everyone goes through that as a teenager.
Yeah, exactly. And this is just her goth phase as a teenager, clearly. I'm going through mine right now, can you tell?
All right, well, we're going to check out what's going on at the rest of the red carpet. Sophie, thank you so much for joining us here.
With Natalie Emmanuel. You play, of course, Missandei. Nice to have you here.
Thank you. It's great to be here in beautiful San Francisco. I'm so excited. I love this city.
Now, this season, fans past season have been going crazy about your relationship with Grey Worm. How would you describe that relationship?
Oh, it's just the sweetest thing. I mean, these two characters have come from such horrendous lives, and I guess out of the people that they're surrounded with, you know, they understand each other's world and what they've come from, and I think they just support each other in this transition into freedom, I guess, and it's just adorable, really, isn't it? And I love working with Jacob Anderson. He's just such a pleasure.
So cute. You guys are so cute together. You have such great chemistry.
We have a great time. He's great.
Do you hang off together off set?
We have a couple of times, you know, often, you know, work on scenes and things like that. Yeah, he's great. We have so much fun. So
now the small council has names: Master of Coins, Master of Ships, etc. If Danny were to give you a title, what would you be master of?
Languages.
Oh, it's very impressive, those languages.
Yeah, I mean, she speaks 19 of them, so, you know.
19 of them. Is it hard to learn the languages?
It is. I mean, I've had 3 seasons now, so I pick them up a lot quicker than when I first started. And you start to pick up phrases, or you start to recognize words or sentence formations, I guess, and you can go, oh, okay, I remember doing something like this before. But it's really just repetition, and I get sent a recording of all the lines that I have to say by
you get to hear them.
Yeah, so David J. Peterson, who writes the language, who's a genius, he sends me a recording, and then I have it written phonetically also, and then it's just learning it and just saying it over and over again until it sticks.
You just practice and practice. Well, it was so nice to meet you. Have fun in there at the premiere. We all can't wait to see it.
I can't wait either. I'm so excited for everyone to see it on April 12th. It's going to be
on April 12th at 9 p.m. I'm going to toss it back to Veronica now and see what she has going on over there.
Thanks, Mara. I am here with Christian Nairn, also known as Hodor. How are you, my friend?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm excellent. So we play video games together, so it's kind of interesting to see you in this different context.
It's the first time we've met, actually. Though.
I know, it's weird. Yeah. Well, we met virtually, so that's pretty close. So we know that yeah, I guess it is. We live in a digital age, don't we? Yeah. So Hodor is kind of sitting this season out. What's your best guess as to what he's up to right now?
Well, I think you've just answered that question. I think he's gaming, you know. I think he's giving his back a rest.
A little bit of ice.
Yeah, Isaac, as you know, is like this height now. So, yeah, it needs a year to recover. So that's what he's doing.
All right, that sounds reasonable. A nice cool pack, a hot pack, rinse and repeat until he feels better.
Everything, yeah.
We have a question from Prescient B on Facebook who says, what is the meaning of Hodor?
I can't possibly tell you that. You know, that is the biggest question in Westeros. I think it's better than who's going to take the Iron Throne. I think Hodor is. It's almost universally omnipotent. No, I don't think it's that complicated, actually.
I feel like it could be. I feel like it could be the key to everything.
Yeah, I hope it is, but probably not. Let's face it.
I think you just got video bombed. Well, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the premiere. We're going to send it back to Mara to see what's going on.
Hey, Veronica. Well, I am here with the Queen of Dragons, Emilia Clarke. We know her as Dany. We are super excited to be here with you.
Yeah, I'm so happy to be here as well.
Now, you had an amazing birthday on set this year. I want all the details.
Oh, I did. I absolutely did. There was no keeping that quiet, and definitely the best birthday I've ever had. Never had it sung by so many people before.
So what happened? Everyone stood around and sung to you, and it was a surprise?
Yeah, I had no idea. We were filming, and then they were like, okay. And then I saw David and Dan run off, and I was like, oh my God, I got it wrong. I've messed up again. Like, I did my line wrong. What have I done? And then they came out with this huge cake, and I just started bawling like a baby. It was ridiculous. It was like the biggest cake I've ever seen.
Oh, that's so cute. So let's talk about your character. Now, 2 dragons are locked up, but Drogon is still on the loose. What's your best guess to where Drogon is?
Well, my guess is as good as yours. He's out there somewhere, and I'm pretty sure we will see him.
He's a teenager. It's tough, you know. How do you keep control of those teenagers?
Exactly. He's really acting up. He's getting through his rebellious stage at the moment.
And you're a single mom. It's hard.
I am. I'm a single mother.
How do you do it all?
I know. I guess I'll just have to manage.
Well, we have a Facebook question for you, and it was hard to narrow it down because everybody has questions for you. Everybody wants to know what Emilia says about her character. I'm going to read this one. Sonia S. from Facebook asks, do you think your character is ready to take the throne, or does she still need some more lessons before doing so?
Well, I think everybody can learn a couple of lessons, but I feel like she is getting closer with every episode, let alone every season. So you'll see some of those lessons being learned this season.
With every episode, that's a deep tease.
Oh,
yeah. Are you really excited for this season?
Oh my God, so excited. Because we don't see it before it's aired. So I'm with everybody else and seeing it. And I'm probably more excited about everyone else's storylines because I've read the scripts, but I find it easier to watch everyone else than myself.
Whose storylines do you love following?
Oh, Maisie. Arya's. I love it.
I love it too.
Badass. She's so wonderful.
She is a badass. So you have a great time inside, and we are gonna toss it back right now to Veronica. Veronica, who do you have with you? What's going on?
carpet here. It's been really exciting so far. Now, of course, unsurprisingly, Oberyn's death was a huge moment for Game of Thrones fans. It was one of the most buzzed about moments in Season 4, and the Game of Thrones Facebook page posted a tribute that it was liked, shared, and commented by well over 500,000 people. I know hearts were breaking all over the world about that particular death. There wasn't enough Dornish wine, I think, to soothe our emotions after he went down like that. But Jeffrey A. warned, never get attached to any character from Game of Thrones. Rob B. called Pedro Pascal's performance perfect, writing, no fan could have asked more than what you gave. I think we can all agree with that. My little heart broke just like that when it happened. But, you know, it's Game of Thrones. What do you expect? Let's see what else is going on the red carpet.
Here with Keisha Castle-Hughes, who of course plays Obara Sand, one of the new characters this season. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
So you play one of the Sand Snakes. Tell us a little bit about your character.
I do. I play Obara Sand, who is the eldest Sand Snake, and the Sand Snakes are the daughters of Oberyn Martell, who we met in Season 4. And
Oberyn.
I know, Oberyn. It's we all just so badly. It's like my favorite character. And so
he went out with a bang.
He went out with a bang, and so his daughters are dead set on us avenging his death.
Well, we are so excited because with your addition, we get to go inside the Kingdom of Dorne. So tell us about that, and you know, it must be great to be filming there. What's it like?
Dorne is another area of Westeros that we haven't explored yet, and so it's very similar to the aesthetic of Oberyn that we kind of felt last season. It's a very bright, sunny place. People are a little bit more free about the world. They're free lovers.
Free love.
Free lovers.
Good to know.
It's hot, it's sunny, it's fun.
Well, we right now are going to take a look at some of the badass ladies of Dorne, their favorite accessories, their weapons. Let's take a look.
I'm given quite a free rein to design and make. Obviously David and Dan, and obviously our department will have an input in some areas of it. This year, for example, I had to show Tyn's dagger and Nim's whip and Obara's spear and Arya's axe, but they're the only items that I had to pre-show prior to making. But this year I was very happy with Arya's axe. It came out the way I wanted it, and it looks quite opulent for the world that it's in. It's approximately 7 feet, if maybe slightly even more. It's quite a big axe. Design-wise, it's just I knew where I wanted to go with it, with the filigree and the dressing, and obviously with the Dorne snakes, that kind of scenario. So we got some Swarovski diamonds, one inset in the middle in the crest, and there's another one in the bursting sun. There's a bearing in there, which is basically see-through, so you can actually see right through it. Once the sun hits it, it's translucent, so it gives a lovely sheen to it, beautiful red. Obara's spear was exactly what we had last year for the Viper himself. It's a version of that, and again that's keeping in the same wave on the blade. It has a crisp blade to make sure that we were in the same world of the Dorne family. We've done whips before, but they've been sort of not plain, but quite straightforward. So this year I wanted to take over the whip scenario and design then basically a snake intertwining the handle. So it's all about the snake, and then obviously the whip coming out of the snake's mouth. So it's creating the whip as the tongue and just having it like that. So it's a lovely sculpt and a good bronze figurine for that. So Tyen again has a double daggers. She's quite agile with them. The daggers I liked because what I did with them is I just basically had a snake intertwining and crisscrossing, and I used her tails as a quillen, so we would use that as a block point, and then again a wave on the blade, which is called a crisp blade. They turned out very well. I was very happy with them.
Oh man, everyone's losing their mind because a certain Peter Dinklage just walked by, but we're going to play another round of Nightmare Kill over here with the fans, and this is going to be the Lannister edition. What's your name?
Chris.
All right, Chris, would you knight, marry, or kill Jaime, Tyrion, or Cersei?
Well, it's San Francisco, so I'm going to marry Jaime.
Yes! All right. And what about you?
I would marry, well, obviously I'd marry Jamie as well, but if he's taken, I guess I would have to marry Cersei.
All right. And finally, you're the last one. Would you knight, marry, or kill Jamie, Tyrion, or Cersei?
I would do all of them.
That wasn't what I meant, but I'll take it. All right. All right, let's do another noble family. We've got Team Tyrell. Let's see. Can I reach down here? Let's see you guys. Want to come with me, camera guy? Let's see. Oh, you're not too much taller than me now. Okay, what's your name?
Jeremiah.
All right, Jeremiah. Would you knight, marry, or kill Marjorie, Loras, or Olenna?
I would marry Marjorie.
What about the other two?
We just kill them.
Just kill everybody. All right. That is typical Game of Thrones. I love it. You guys having fun so far?
Amazing time. Amazing. Absolutely love it. Excited to see everyone come through.
Who in particular are you looking forward to?
We just saw Peter, and that was amazing. And then when Hoarder came through, it was awesome to see the entire crowd chant Hoarder, Hoarder, Hoarder. It was amazing.
Fantastic. Yeah, everyone's having a blast down here so far. Let's toss it back to Mara.
Hi, I am here with the 2 men of the hour, and as I said earlier, we hang on their every word. Tell me about what one of the challenges was you faced this season.
The biggest set pieces that we've ever shot before this season, 2 of them in particular, one battle scene which took 15 days to shoot, the biggest we've ever done, so it's just a massive undertaking with, for the crew, the cast, the director, and so forth. It's just more action this year, just a lot more violence and
Violence, action.
horror, terrible things happening to people we love.
It's not going to be
Game of
tame.
Thrones stuff. It's not a tame season, no.
No, horror show I've heard.
There is some horror. There will be horror.
There will be horror.
It's a big challenge walking around next to people like Michael Huisman, who's so damn good.
I know, all these good-looking guys. I know.
I feel like a scrub.
Well, it's great to see everyone in street clothes. You were the only 2 I recognized out of your armor. Everyone else is walking around, and I'm like, I haven't seen you in a suit.
Come in our armor, but
Yeah.
the wife didn't allow me.
I know, not allowed.
Yeah, no.
So how do you feel about where you are in this season? I know that you had said after the Red Wedding, you were just like, oh, where are we going to go next? What's after this? How are you feeling about where you are in the story?
Feeling really good about it. Feeling really good.
I think that there was a lot of the Red Wedding was obviously that was our sort of break-even point. We're like, if we can get it to this and do this well, we're going to feel great about that. But there was so much excellent stuff after the Red Wedding, and some new stuff that we kind of came up with along the way. And I think that this season has a lot of really exciting things in store.
Yeah. I think when we started making the show, our hope was if we can make it to the Red Wedding, we can die happy. And then we made it that far, and we thought, well, we're not quite ready to die yet. So now it's just, can we bring it home? Can we end the series in a manner that befits all the hard work that people have put in and the love that the audience has had for the show over the years? And we're getting there. We're making our way towards what we hope to be a pretty astounding finale. So here's hoping we don't screw it up.
And you know your end game. I mean, I'm not going to ask.
Facebook, is that?
Well,
I'm not sure on the rules here. We know the end game. Yeah, we do. George has been kind enough to invite us into his sanctum, sanctorum in Santa Fe, and whisper in our ears and swear us to secrecy. So it's good stuff to come, or bad stuff to come.
And you're all on the same page.
Yeah, I mean, the show, ultimately, the show is going to have to diverge from the books in some ways, but just because of the nature of the medium, it's just, TV is TV, it's not a book. But we, obviously, if we didn't love George's books, we would not have devoted our entire lives to them. And my son would not have been born in Belfast, Northern Ireland, if we didn't love George's books. So,
well, I did read that you both said, one thing you'd love to do after this is over is get some sleep.
Oh, that would be nice. Last night I was hoping it didn't work out.
It didn't happen?
To get the cast together, that a certain critical mass of the cast prevents sleep from happening.
Totally.
I had never taken a anti-anxiety pill before the show started, so yeah, it would be good to get off of this.
Well, I love to hear how the cast is just so close together, but yet you're shooting in so many different areas. How does that happen? How are they all so close, but they're all spread out?
How are they so close?
Like, do you get together a lot as a full cast?
Yeah, well, the good thing is it's a big drinking cast and crew. I mean, I think, as befits shooting in Ireland, so people tend to congregate in the hotel bar, and it's a cast that really likes to have a good time, and that will happen tonight, I'm sure.
So when the cast gets drunk, are they trying to pick your brains like, okay, what's going to happen?
They've tried that.
Have you ever said something you shouldn't have when you'd had a few too many?
You just got to stay one drink behind them.
Smart.
They've had one drink more than you.
That's the key.
Gwendolyn Christie will try to slip roofies in your drinks and all, and you know, try to get you to say stuff. But you're getting the wrap it up signal, so I think we're supposed to wrap it up.
Thank you for helping me with this. Okay, but I don't want to wrap it up with you guys. I am going to toss it back to Veronica now.
I was kind of hoping for some spoilers in that interview myself, so I was listening very closely. But I'm here with Mikhail Husman, of course, Dario Naharis. Now, you may be in the Second Sons, but you're number one in Danny's heart. Is that the cheesiest thing you've heard at any premiere so far?
I like it. That's a great start.
Now, how would you define your relationship with Danny?
Well, you know, it took a nice turn towards the end of last season. It finally seemed like I was getting closer to her heart, you know, but then it seemed like I was getting a little too close. She sent me away to take care of some trouble in Yunkai, and well, all I can say about next season is that I'll be back from Yunkai, from my mission, and I'll be trying to do more charming and killing on behalf of her, and you know, hopefully in the process we'll win her over. We'll see.
Now, it's very commonplace in Westeros for warriors to name their weapons. Have you named any of yours yet?
No.
Any ideas off the top of your head now?
Well, I just kind of refer to them as my Lady Iraq, you know, and my Lady Dagger. And
like Bob?
Nah, none of that.
Well, thank you very much. Are you well rested from all the premieres and all the excitement?
Well, I'm ready for a party.
I think we all are at this point. Thank you so much. All right, let's send it back to Mara.
Joining me now is the wonderful Gwendolyn Christie. You know her as Brienne of Tarth. You are one of my favorite characters on the show.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here.
Now, I love you. For out of all the cast members, you're the one who looks most different in person because you're not wearing all that armor.
No, I don't tend to wear the armor in everyday life. Only for work.
Only for work. Yes, I know. I love seeing you out of the armor.
Thank you very much.
So we were a little worried about you last season. Was that fight with the Hound as intense as it looked? Because it looked so intense to me.
I think it was more intense than it looked. It was fantastic, though. I absolutely loved it. We were trained by the brilliant C.C. Smith and our fantastic stunt department. Rory McCann was truly phenomenal, and we were both very committed to it. And I loved every minute of it. They kept us safe, and it was a really thrilling, exciting experience. We're on top of a mountain in Iceland. It had freak weather conditions. It was boiling hot. We had the armor on. I think I did a lot of spitting.
Spitting?
I did a lot of spitting, yeah.
Uh-huh.
But I loved it.
Well, are we going to have some crazy scenes like that in the next season? Can you give us a hint?
None at all, none.
Come on!
Brienne's doing cross stitch.
No way!
She's wearing slippers. She's relaxing with a magazine.
Listening to music.
Like doing a home pedi.
Yeah, a home pedi. Well, I mean, she could use one, let's be honest.
Well, maybe after walking all those miles in those boots, right? She's just feeling the calluses.
Yeah, I totally understand. Okay, well, last season, Brienne bit off a man's ear, so I just don't know how you top that.
She rips off a man's feet with her teeth.
Oh, wow. Okay, now you've given the spoiler. They're going to be very mad at you. Okay, I am going to toss it back to Veronica, even though I don't want to because we're having so much fun. Veronica.
We're having a pretty good time over here as well. I'm joined now by Finn Jones, of course, Sir Loras. Welcome.
Hi.
You having a good time so far?
Yeah, so far. The sun's setting, people are really nice, it's a nice building. Yeah, it's great.
Did you have a long trip? Did you just fly in from England?
No, I was actually been camping in the Big Sur. I've been, I was actually camping this morning. I packed up my tent, I got on my suit, and I drove up the PCH, I think it's called, the Highway 1, and then I got in my suit and I've come here. So I think I still smell a little bit like firewood because I've been cooking.
But you look very unrumpled in case you had it like in your big 32-gallon backpack.
Yeah, no, I made sure this stayed very pressed and kind of in the suit bag and everything, so yeah.
Well, bringing it back to the show, so Loras, of course, now engaged to Cersei. Who do you think would make a worse spouse at this point, Cersei or Joffrey in his heyday?
Oh, obviously Joffrey.
Obviously.
Yeah, and I think if Loras was to marry Joffrey, I think he'd have all kinds of kinky sexual games. And I mean, I don't think Loras would really dig that much. So.
Yeah, I don't know about Joffrey. I don't know if they would be a good match.
No, they would definitely not be a good match. 100%. Thank God he's dead.
But I'm sure there's some fan fiction out there that probably exists. I would say.
Very strange fan fiction. Very strange. Very strange. Very strange.
Tell me more about the strange fan fiction you've read.
One I read was about me and Gethin, and us as actors, not as the characters Loris and Renly, and it was something to do with having sex with each other whilst eating pizza and using the pizza to kind of massage each other. Very strange. The internet has very dark alleyways. You kind of get lost.
Delicious, I would say. That's probably the weirdest thing I've heard on the red carpet so far tonight. But thank you for that. So much action going on here. We're getting photobombed. That is amazing. Let's go check out and see what Mara's doing over there on the stage.
I am here with Ian Beattie. He plays Meryn Trant. Now, you are a member of the Kingsguard, your character is, but I'm feeling like after the season finale, maybe the Kingsguard needs to step up its game.
Well, funny enough, somebody asked me that, I've lost 2 kings, 3 kings. I would just like to point out that I wasn't there when the first one went, and Jaime Lannister told me to guard somebody else when Joffrey went.
Oh, throwing Jaime under the bus.
Not my fault.
Not your fault at all.
He made me guard Marjorie. She was perfectly fine at the end of the wedding.
You're doing the best you can.
Absolutely, with what I've got.
Okay, we're not going to blame you anymore. Now, whose storyline are you most excited to follow this coming season?
That's a really tough one because they're all absolutely fantastic. I am such a huge fan of this show. When I get this, I don't read the scripts. I just read my part because I don't want to know what happens.
You don't want to spoil it.
Not only that, I can't wait a week for the next episode. So I record them all and then I watch them, and I watch episode 9 on the Sunday night where we come from. It's shown on a Monday, and then we hit episode 10 on the Monday night.
A true binge watcher. You can't wait.
I can't wait a week. It's the most stunning show.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Well, I am going to toss it on back to Veronica because we got a lot more people to talk to, but I'm hoping to see you in there.
You'll see me in there.
Okay, terrific.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, Veronica,
All right, well, this January, Facebook fans got a first look at images from season 5. The shots included a look at new cast members. Let's take a look. We have, up here on our Facebook wall, we have Deobia Opare as Arrow Hota, and you'll see him alongside Indira Virarma reprising her role as Ilaria Sand. Yeah, some of the pronunciations can get a little bit tricky. You guys know what I'm talking about. And of course, Alexander Siddig as Prince Dorne Martell. I'm so excited for all the stuff happening over in Dorne and all the Sand Sisters. It's going to be absolutely incredible. There's so much new stuff to look forward to this season. Let's see what else is going on around the red carpet this evening.
Yes, he's talking to me. Yes, exactly. Hayden Gillen, of course, fan knows him as the devious Littlefinger. Nice to see you.
Thank you. Lovely to meet you, and great to be here in San Francisco.
Now, of course, you made a lot of waves last season, but the one that everyone is talking about is your relationship with Sansa. How would you describe that relationship?
Avuncular, mentoring,
Yep. You're teaching her some things.
I'm teaching her some things, and she's a quick study. She's learning fast. And I think she's enjoying her, role, and being allowed to just darken up a little.
Yeah, Dark Sansa made quite a stir.
Dark Sansa, a.k.a. Elaine Stone, so I think she's enjoying being kind of cut free from her, prim and proper.
We're all enjoying watching her get cut free.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good relationship, good dynamic, and season 5 we're kind of continuing on that journey that we set out on.
Oh, good, because that's the journey we want to see. I have a good Facebook question for you. I love this one from Ben P. He asks, at this point in the story, what do you think is Littlefinger's ultimate goal?
Just, to keep moving in and out of, above and below the radar and playing the game. And, it's not, I wouldn't say it's ultimate power and control, but, staying alive is always... Staying alive is always something. Keeping things chaotic. Chaos is good, as we know. He enjoys the game,
He enjoys the game, that is for...
Danger, and the more precarious it is, and kind of, on the... right up to the edge, the better. So just intrigue, and, intrigue, danger, and... those are the things that would give this man purpose and joy, you know.
Well, such a wonderful character, and you do such a great job in that role.
Okay, thank you, and I really enjoy doing it, you know, so.
Great talking to you. We are going to now toss it back to Veronica and see what she's got going on by her. Veronica!
I am back here in the fan pit. People are going nuts right now, and I wanted to ask some of the biggest fans of Game of Thrones. The most important question, I think, the most important question in Westeros right now, who do you think should take the Iron Throne?
Khaleesi! Woo! Khaleesi all the way.
Oh my gosh, all right, let's see.
3 cheers for Khaleesi!
You're making my job easy. All right.
Khaleesi. Jon Snow, I don't know.
I'm going to go down the whole line until I get something.
Jon Snow.
Jon Snow. All right, let's go back here. Sir Pounce. Sir Pounce. Someone had to say it at some point. I'm totally team Sir Pounce at this point. Hey, no more pictures. You have to answer the question.
Khaleesi, yeah!
So it seems like we have a pretty strong answer. Team Khaleesi, everybody. Queen Daenerys. I do love me some Queen Daenerys. All right. I think Mara's got a great interview up on the stage. Let's go check in with her.
I am here with Peter Dinklage, who of course plays Tyrion Lannister. Welcome. It's so nice to see you.
Good to be here.
So the finale, that caused quite a stir. Did you and Sibel and Charles do anything to commemorate your last scenes together?
Oh, yeah, hugs all around. It was actually my last day, Charles's last day, and Sibel's last day when we shot those scenes. I mean, like we shot the Sibel stuff and then Charles stuff the next day, and that was my final day as well. And it's sad.
Sad. It's so sad.
You know, you get to work with these great actors every day, and they're your friends, and it ends tragically.
I know, and you never know what's coming, do you?
No, I don't. Especially now.
Yes.
I knew up until the end of season 4 when I sort of came aboard this project, but now for this past season that we just shot, I didn't know anything until I got the scripts, and it's very exciting.
Are you just tearing through those pages when you get the script?
Yes. They're easy to tear through because of what they've done, Dave and Dan.
Now, earlier, I told you that I wanted to get a little bit of spoiler information from you, and you told me I was going to get nothing and like it.
Yes, this remains true.
I will get nothing and like it.
We'll get nothing and like it.
But we have seen the season 5 poster art, so we do know.
Spoiler alert, HBO marketing.
How do you feel about being the poster boy? Literally the poster boy.
Well, I'm sort of not the focus, am I? I think there's when you share a poster with a dragon.
I know, the dragons kind of take center stage.
Yeah, a little bit. But no, it looks great. It was a surprise.
Well, I have a Facebook fan question for you. It's from Trevor D on Facebook. He wants, hello Trevor, and this is a good one from Trevor. What's the best part about playing Tyrion?
Well, his sense of humor and his honesty. That's always fun because there's not a lot of honesty amongst these characters.
Yeah.
He manages to get away with it. So.
When you first got the script for this role, did that honesty come through? I mean, were you aware of it from the first read?
I was aware of it when I met Dave and Dan. I knew David before, but I met Carolyn Strauss and Dan Weiss and David Benioff in LA. We had a nice meeting about the project, and I knew right away. I knew their work previously, especially David's. So I was hooked.
So they didn't have to convince you. You were like, I'm in from the start.
Well, they convinced me because usually people of my height in the fantasy genre, they sort of have a limited role, if you would.
Right.
And as soon as they told me how well-rounded this character was,
Such a well-rounded character, and you just play the character so well. From the emotions on your face, we know exactly how your character is feeling at that moment.
Thank you.
All right, do you have any...
seeing the terror on my face right now?
Oh my gosh, what are you scared? I'm going to ask you a really hard Facebook question.
I'm just...
I know, the fans are crazy. The fans just love this show.
You're lovely. I think I just... basically, what I did today was I watched the Robert Durst documentary that Jurek did. That's how I spent my day. Maybe not so great.
Well, you know what? You're going to have fun in there tonight. I know that you've already seen the premiere in London, but when you watch the show, whose character lines are you so excited to see?
In our show,
Who do you follow?
in all of them,
Yeah.
they blend together seamlessly, and they're nothing without the others. So yeah, all of them.
That is so true. Nothing without the others, and that's why this ensemble cast is so brilliant. I am going to toss it back to Veronica and see what she's talking about.
Hey everybody, I'm joined now by Hannah Murray, of course, the fantastic Chili. Thank you so much for being here.
No problem. Thank you very much.
Are you warm enough?
I'm okay, yeah. We had a premiere in London on Wednesday, so that was colder than this, so this feels balmy by comparison.
Yeah, we're not exactly LA, but we do get some nice California sun once in a while, just not right now, unfortunately. So Sam and Gilly, is it love?
Yes, absolutely, it's love. It's not necessarily the most conventional, couple that I've ever seen, but yeah, they love each other. There's a huge amount of love there, and for the baby and everything, yeah.
Game of Thrones is all about unconventional love, I would say.
Yes, there's not a lot of conventional love on our show.
So other than what's happening over at Castle Black, what other storylines are you paying attention to this year?
I don't know a thing about what happens to anyone else, so I'm really, really excited to watch it. Just completely unknown. But I always love watching anything with Cersei and Jaime. I love Brienne's stuff. I love Arya. So yeah, there's a lot I'm excited to see.
And I know there's nothing you can tell us about next season, but what particular favorite characters do you have?
Well, yeah, those ones that I think Cersei is the most fantastic character. I think Lena does an amazing job. I really loved Catelyn, and then she died, so that was sad for me. But yeah, and Sansa, I am a huge fan of. I think Sophie does such a beautiful job. So yeah, lots and lots.
Well, enjoy the premiere. Have a great night tonight. We're all very excited to see season 5. Thank you. All right, well, this season was bigger than ever before. Take a look at the production in action.
Production arriving in the past 10 days was actually very good. With a lot of people rolling up. There's probably 450 people working behind the camera.
All right, let's roll cameras, please. And background action.
The first day of shooting is always crucial to us because it shows us if everything we did in order to prepare it was the right thing.
This year Belfast has got some big sets like Hardhome, and the art department and construction have done a really great job of turning what was a notion into reality.
Yes, night gathers, and so our watch begins.
Okay, but before we go, we have been promising you all night an inside look at the stunts of Season 5. Let's take a look now.
We start with the script, we'll step through the fight and then work out what the journeys of the characters are, how many people are involved, and then we'll start just playing with ideas. Someone will have thought of a move or a disarm, and then so basically you have a little melting pot of people. I bring stunt guys in, we shoot the sequence, we'll cut a rough edit with a rough idea how it might look, but they show what the idea of the fight or the sequence might be. Kit's doing most of it himself, he's doing all the fighting, he moves really well, He's great. The thing about Christopher, you don't have to build him up, you have to just rein him back a little bit. And not in a dangerous, reckless way, he's just full on. And the stunt guys love it. So it was really cool working with him. Ian's another one that doesn't pull too much. You know, he picks up the fights really well, wants to do it all himself, so we hardly use the double. Jessica was living in London. Rosa comes from Italy. Keisha from New Zealand. So we had to train all those guys remotely. So you've got spear, double daggers. We've also got an 8-foot whip. We arranged for traders in each country, and they rehearsed and rehearsed and rehearsed before the sequence was shot. We've got lots going on. We've got people jumping off cliffs. We've got boats turning over. We've got some really big kills going on, throwing people everywhere. I had 50 stunt guys shooting a huge sequence. There's a lot of stunt people for a film, let alone a TV show. My team and I seem to slip in okay, and it is kind of like a big family, so I think it's going to be amazing.
Wow, those stunts were amazing, and we have had such a fun time here tonight. Veronica, what were some of the highlights for you?
Oh man, I think Maisie was just so unbelievable. She was as wonderful and sweet and funny as I thought she would be, and she had a great time with the fans. In fact, probably the highlight for me was the fans in the fan pit, because they were so excited to see everyone as they came down the red carpet. They were cheering me on.
Yeah,
I mean, they are just
great.
they're really into it, and when you have that kind of enthusiasm, it makes our jobs easier, and it makes the actors feel so appreciated, and that's really huge.
Yes, it's
What
so
about
great.
you?
Oh, well, I love talking to Dan and DB, and I was trying to get some spoilers out of them. I kept asking them, and they were like, not going to give it. I mean, they know what they're going to talk about, and they're not giving us anything else.
Yeah, you fought the good fight for that one.
I did. I tried.
I was listening in, and I was talking to Christian Nair, and I'm like, I think they're maybe no spoilers.
Peter Dinklage told me you'll get nothing and like it. I didn't like it, Veronica. I didn't like it.
None of us liked it. But I have to say, something I don't like is that you got a nice heated stage over here.
My stage is very warm. I have a blower right up my dress. Well,
very Marilyn Monroe of you.
I know. No Marilyn Monroe moment at all happening here, though. I mean, this is HBO. It could have.
It could have happened, yeah.
Yeah, it could have happened. Well, thank you so much for joining this live stream, everyone.
And, of course, stay tuned for the premiere, April 12th at 9 p.m. We're excited. I know you guys are, too. Have a great night.